So people, this is pretty much where I went under the truck, took a few measurements to get all those rusty components off. The T's, the 90s, the clamps, you have it. That's a part number for one of the parts as well. See that big old hole right there in the exhaust? Yeah, truck was a complete mess. Still is, but it's a work in progress. Essentially just take it one day at a time, or something like some people might say 6 days. Just, measure twice, cut once, and, take it day by day. So you're gonna have there's that 5-inch bracket right there that I ordered. I found the replacement for about $20, $20 or $30 versus what Kenworth wanted for it or MHC. So just keep watching. Quick video today. So what I'm doing is, by the W9, I'm taking these flares off the back. So I got flares on the driver's side and the passenger side. Some of the screws are stripped, but that's all I'm doing. Give it more better looking look, and go from there. So yeah, goal is to get this one off, and then the one off on the passenger side as well. And then I'll fill in the holes with fiberglass, depending on where it's at on the sleeper, and essentially go from there. So stay tuned. All right, so I did the same thing to the passenger side. Cut the bottom. I didn't cut all the way through because I wanted the hole. That way I could bend it and it'll pop off. The top is cut all the way through, as you can see. The bottom, I just gotta pull it, bend it out, and it's gonna pop right off. And the screws that didn't come off, I just wanted to grinded the heads down, like this one right here, one right there, and this one. And for the heads that are stripped, I just put a set of channel locks on them, and I'm gonna spin it around until it comes off, or till it comes out, essentially. I don't like them with the flares on it. To each his own, but that's how I'm getting the screws off, or screws out, essentially. So I'll just keep going until I have both of them out, and we'll go from there. So keep watching. Now, what I'm gonna do for the rest of the time is I'll put some goo gone over here underneath this section right here where they had a lot of goo at right there. So I'm gonna push that off with the little scraper. I think it's right where it needs to be at. So I'm gonna slide that off the scraper. But I ended up painting or priming the inside and the outside as well. So I have those sections left to do underneath. And then I have to sand around the window in this back portion right here where it had some surface rust. So I put some stuff on there to neutralize that as well. And then just keep on keeping on. And I'm gonna take this pad off as well. That way I could paint the entire inside of the cab, prime and paint it. So just stay tuned. All right, and just like that, got off most of the glue along this bottom, along this portion down here as well, and that portion right there. I'll come back to the shop, wash it off, and then sand everything down. So I'll sand back around the window again, all these spots. Still got to get some of the spots right here. I missed a little bit, but it's fine. I can sand that off. Sand all of that off, and then around these parts right here, I'm gonna sand it down some more and apply some seam sealer as well. That way I don't have to worry about any leaks and anything like that. And then along this back portion right here, they had these little plugs. So I'm gonna try to find or source some of them again. I have to flip it around actually. And when you push the inner panel in, it locks and it seals around it. But find some more plugs like that for four plugs along the back as well. So I'll finish sanding it up, getting it together. Like I said, I did the outside, I did the inside. Now I just have to do the back. Had to take out the back glass, obviously, because there was rust along the bottom portion right here. So I might apply some filler just to make that a smooth radius. I don't want the seal to get cut or anything like that. And then prime it up, clean it off, prime it up, and then I might put it back together just to move it in the inside of the paint booth on the other side, and then paint everything. That way I don't have to worry about fighting overspray and being in the inside of the shop, covering everything up. On the next episode, I'll be showing you guys how to essentially go through this 379 and start tearing out the inside essentially, to get all the old parts and all of that stuff out of it. Because it's pretty filthy in the inside. So I'll start doing that and getting it together. So we got an oil leak here and there and all that stuff, but just keep watching. So I forgot my tools at the house, you know, sockets and whatnot. So I ended up cutting that bracket right there and that one right there and pulling it off. They have a few dents on here that was already here. This one right here. This is the new one. So I was trying to get the screw out and I ended up having to pull on it. So I'll tap that in and get rid of that. And then that should be it. So I'm gonna grind these off and go from the inside, pop these out, and then fill in these holes all the way down, essentially from the bottom all the way to the top. I'm gonna do the same thing for the opposite side, take this one off, and that'll be it for the day. So keep watching. So essentially what I have here, I went ahead and cut from the bracket, the top and the bottom on the driver and the passenger side, cut those brackets off, and obviously remove the screws that I could, and the panel came off on the driver and the passenger side. Those screws that were stripped in terms of the screw head, I just decided to grind them down, and what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna knock them inside the sleeper and get them. So that's not an issue. This bracket behind the breather on the passenger side and the driver side, it's like a hinge. I ended up replacing that over a year ago as well. The rear passenger side of the sleeper, that's where I ended up cutting some lines, well, cutting some wires pertaining to the lights. So just making sure that positive and negative wire weren't coming in contact with each other. And I'm just giving the truck a look over in terms of the rear, so I could figure out everything that I need to buy or purchase in terms of the 1-inch airline, the airbag brackets, airbags, fittings, things of that nature. Just giving it a quick look over, making sure I don't forget anything when I go back to the house, make an order, and then come back to the shop. So I have a lot of items in the mail, so just keep watching. So next day, obviously I've removed both of those panels, and essentially I'm left with the brackets, right? So those they have rivet nuts or something like that in there, and the screws, the heads are spinning, and it's spinning the rib nut as well. So what I had to do was I had to take my angle grinder and cut the top of the heads off to end up removing the brackets themselves. So what you're going to see on the next clip is, you know, the brackets removed and gone. I'm just going on the other side of the shop, checking everything out, making sure everything is good for the next day. So keep watching. So what I'm essentially gonna do is I'm gonna remove them and fill in the holes, weld the holes up, grind it down, light body work, and go from there for all of those holes. And like I said, you got, this is all tore up right here. This one I have to take out, and this one I have to take out. I just cut the bracket off. Essentially, use the angle grinder and cut the head of the bolt off and pull the bracket off. So I'm gonna grind that down to the point where I could essentially just push it all the way through and fill in this hole, these 3 holes, and those 3 at the bottom over there, along with these 3 at the top and those 3 over there as well. So keep watching until next time. Peace. And like I did right here, where I cut right there, one that I cut off and that one that I cut off, I'm gonna leave those in there. That way I can remember that those are for the lights. Get under here, remove this big old muffler or whatever, remove rails and all of that stuff, but I'm just gonna chip away at it and slowly but surely until I'm done. So just keep watching, but I removed the flares or the extended portion of the sleeper, and so I'm gonna go from there and remove all of those rivets as well, plug the holes. This section up here is fiberglass, if I'm not mistaken, and everything else down here is aluminum. And I still have the lights on this side to remove. I'm gonna bring my key with me next time I come here. That way I could remove these with no problem, but the ones on the other side, I need to take the box, the step section out on the passenger side to get to this one right here. And I went ahead and cut it because this is the harness, if I'm not mistaken, right here. It makes a connection further underneath the section over here. It makes a connection right there where you see the little white part at. That's where the harness connects at. So I'm gonna unplug it from right there, leave a plug in there as well. And just like that, I went ahead and removed the bottom lights on this side and the back on the driver's side as well. I removed the bracket on each side at the top and at the bottom. So I'm gonna have to grind down each one of these rivets, because if you could see the bolt or nut that was on there, or bolt that was in there, is twisting the rivet as well. So I'm gonna grind those down, and so I have 12 to grind down. 3, 6, 9, 12. Grind all those down. Start doing some body work. Remove the tape, this, that, and the other, and then just go around and start getting it done. I still have those lights left to remove as well. And just like that, I gotta do a little bit more body work, just blocking on this side, the back, on both sides, and over here as well. Since I took off those, I don't know, sleeper extensions or whatever you want to call them, and then prime it and, you know, just get it roll ready, and about to start getting back into it and hauling material. So, you know, bridge pile or precast pieces, stuff like that. Also, I got another one over here. I ain't gonna show y'all too much of that one, but I got another one sitting over there. Start on, but yeah, just one day at a time, waiting for some pieces to come in for the exhaust as well, and we're gonna keep getting it. And just like that, I went ahead and removed the exhaust all the way from the turbo back. Mocked everything up. Still waiting on that 5-inch bracket to come in, but I have it now. And yes, I installed flex pipe coming off of the turbo. Used another 5-inch pipe other than what MHC, the original pipe that was there, but got it all plumbed and done. It's looking good. Got to button everything up, you know, bracket and tighten everything down, but keep watching. And here I have the skid completely sanded down with etching primer. Sanded it down, sprayed etching primer, covered the holes with tape. That way I didn't have to worry about stuff blowing on the other side. Just getting it all prepped and ready for the next day when I come up in here and prime the whole thing. And just like that, people, I done primed the cab of the skid, finally. Primed it all white. Had a few issues with one of my priming guns. Yes, I know, I see that. I got some overspray and all of that on the shocks and all of that, but I'm not really worried about that. Going through colors now, trying to figure out a color. I'm gonna wet sand it, the primer, get it smooth like a baby's bottom, and then paint it, and then start putting it back together. Haven't really done too much anything else. I did do some light body work on the W9 as well and prime the back. Since I got rid of those little sections over there, prime the back right here where those brackets mount up. And this side, so I come, you know, sand it, see where it takes me. I took off the air dryer. Had some issues with had some issues with the cab sleeper airbags going up and down. And come to find out, I think that air dryer is pretty toast. So I took it off to order a replacement on that. We finally got the exhaust system in. Yeah, I know I didn't take the tape off and all of that, but we just got it mocked up temporarily. It's on the side of the frame, waiting for a 5-inch bracket to come in, essentially, but I bought a different type of fitting for right here and got everything in. Sounds good. I'm talking real good. If anybody knows of anyone with a 8-bag suspension cutoff for sale in the Texas area, let me know. Keep me posted. It's a lot that I have left to do to this truck, but just taking it one day at a time, essentially. But she'll run and gun and get it done for sure. And back to what I mentioned before, I got the skid cab painted, prime. So I'm gonna go with a green. I just don't know what color green yet. And essentially go from there. Finally packed out the toolboxes. I just gotta organize the shop. Can't deal with the clutter. So, yeah, until next time. All right, y'all, just like that, we got it jacked up. We got the tires off. Now we can take these airbag brackets off, airbags that's all corroded. And I'm gonna go ahead and change all 4 of the 1-inch lines as well. And all 8 airbags.
Hey, boss, can you get a second call? Come see me for a second, please.
Okay. Got to get back to it, but, so we're going to remove all 8 airbags. We're going to remove the 4 1-inch airbag lines because they run in series with each other. So 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 are connected to each other, and the same thing on the opposite side. So I went ahead and ordered those. And now what I'm gonna end up doing, I'm gonna have to order the the airbags as well. When we jacked it up, you see right there, it just gave way from that cross beam as well. Look at that bracket, chewed up. Okay, people, I'm back at it. I installed the T right here, but I'm gonna end up installing a 4-way. That way I can have another 1/2-inch line coming this way inside the shop, and another shut off coming inside, and another shut off going that way for stuff operating on a 3/8 line. Temporarily installed this T. That way I could put the air hammer, well not air hammer, but the impact 1-inch over there in the shop to knock those tires off. So we're getting that underway. That way you have a 1/2-inch line and not trying to reduce it down to a 1/4 opening to, you know, get the tires and stuff off. I did oil everything up in terms of the impact. So now, as you can see, I did prime the skid as well, the cab portion of it. So that's prime. So I'm gonna have to come back up in here, set it down, wet sand it, pick a color out, go from there. And then, currently, we're removing the tires. So, got the exhaust in. Gonna remove the tires, we jacked it up, ordered some jack stands. So, we're gonna take all 8 tires off. Order the bottle jacks with the air lines. So yeah, just stay tuned.
Yes, Jesus loves me.
Just like that. Went ahead and took the tires off, obviously. Got the hydraulic jacks underneath there, 2 of them. I got 4 jack stands underneath it as well. Took the airbags off, took the airbag 1-inch lines off as well. I probably end up cutting these brackets for the fenders and all of that type of stuff too. So now I got to clean underneath it and along the inside, spray it with some neutralizer and encapsulator. Eastwood sells some stuff, and I have some stuff as well. That way I can see what I have, see what I have to buy, have to replace. There's a bracket right here on this side, and on the other side, seems like it's probably 1/8 of an inch steel plate that all of that mounts onto. So I might end up changing that out as well if I have time. But yeah, airbags off, throw them all away, buy new airlines, the 1-inch, and you know, I'm thinking about painting the whole truck as well. Don't know, haven't really decided yet. Just still trying to figure it out. I don't know. So just taking it one day at a time. And until next time, peace.